Good, good evening, hour.
Evening, Mark. How you do?
Welcome to the very first. We've had a Sunday rant or not, and it weren't a not last. It was more of a not last week. It's the first Saturday night rant, and this is going to be a rant tonight. I think. I feel. Harry was at the Crewe game today. Sadly, I was an armchair supporter today. So, what did you make of the game then, Harry?
Oh my days. I think obviously going into it, obviously we had high expectations following a 4-0 win last Saturday against Crawley. I think we started off pretty nervy, trying to get into the game like normal, and then Crewe scored 8 minutes in. I think from a corner that got replayed from the previous corner because something was wrong with it or something like that, and then we just switched off. The ball came into the box, and then the ball was in the back of the net. 1-0 down. And then after that, I think we started playing a bit more better, getting a couple more chances in, and then obviously Nick Sula getting the back of the net. And after watching it back, I think Iapenda did get a touch on it, to be fair, so maybe he did get the assist, but I don't know. Lots of people are saying it's Tyrese Hall, if I'm correct.
Yeah, and that's what I thought
So,
on first looking.
yeah, I mean, and then after that, I think in the second half, we started really well. I think it was chance after chance after chance after chance. We were just finding those right areas, but we weren't putting the ball in the back of the net where obviously the goal is to win the game. And then it happened again, didn't it? 90 plus fifth minute penalty for Crewe Alexandria, and obviously, you know what was going to happen. They scored, and obviously, they won the game. So,
Right, rewinding a bit. We're going back a bit. So I couldn't understand why, because the first 5 minutes we played really, really well, didn't we? The first 5 minutes.
yeah,
You had them two yellow cards, one after like 15 seconds for the Crewe player,
yeah,
and then a few minutes later, County got one. And I'm like thinking, there's no way on this earth that there's going to be 11v11 at the end of this game.
yeah,
Because to book two players really, really early on in the game, it's like you think to yourself, none of these players on this pitch are going to be able to stay on. We go to the
yeah.
goal. Yeah,
Yeah.
carry on. May go on them.
I think Scott Robertson, he was looking out to get a red because he was arguing with the referee a lot. He was getting in his face a lot with obviously the Crewe players and everyone. So he was lucky that he didn't get a red because you could see it in his face that he's furious. So he's lucky.
So going towards the first goal. So they take a corner, and I can't understand why it had to be retaken. I don't know.
No, I don't.
Because if it had gone out of play, in and back out of play, then it's a goal kick, in my understanding. Notts County, the old team switched off.
Yeah.
It goes over Jatter's head. Now he's a big guy, Jatter is. He's not tiny. It didn't go like massively over his head. It's sort of like went over his head. And like you're thinking, well, why didn't you're 6 foot tall? Why didn't you jump for it? And then I think it was Ipenda and McDonald in the middle. It just sort of like not even at great speed went past them. And their player just comes and heads it into an empty goal. Then Roos sort of like dives, and you're thinking, why are you diving?
Yeah, he dived after the ball went in.
Yeah.
I don't see the point.
It's like, I tried to save it, but yeah, I don't know. It was already in the net was already rippling.
So you tried to save the ball when the ball's already in the net.
Yeah, and if you like look at the whole of the game until like in between that, we had a load of good possession before we equalised. Tyrese Hall is good footwork, and then the pass over to Iapenda, and then Cirola sort of like nicks it off him, bends it in, and it's 1-1. So at half time, you're thinking, right, we're going to come out, we're going to be really, really positive. And then you're like thinking, you look at the subs. When we made the first sub, it was like 64 minutes.
Yeah, 64.
Why didn't we go for like an impact at half time?
I think was it Jaden Luca that came on? I think,
Yeah, Luca came on, didn't he? And then didn't Dennis come on for all? If I'm correct.
And then I don't think no one else came off apart from when Iapenda went off me for
Went that for Dennis?
Dennis, yeah. That was about. I think didn't Lewis McCarry get subbed off when he got? Was it when he fell to the floor around the 80th minute?
I think so. I was
No. Wait. I think Nick Cerullo got subbed off, didn't he?
Yeah, Cerullo got sent off, subbed off, not sent off.
I don't know who for though. So.
But then you look at it. We had chances. We at the bar. We at the post. Jatta had like a decent couple of chances. Scott Robinson with that like drive across the floor, which had some bend on it. Yeah. If that had gone past the goalkeeper, that looked like that was it in the post.
Yep.
And then they have a throw in, and it comes in. The long throw into the box. But what was Dennis thinking? Oh. That was only going to end one way. And I know I'm sorry about this next passage of figure. But if you go and watch Harry's vlog, he does say on it that it was never a penalty. That is 100% Stonewall penalty. You know what I mean? And it's like a point would have been good.
Yeah, I think obviously coming away from Crewe saying that I don't think we've beaten them in. Well, now it's 11 years.
Yeah, but if we're in the same league, if it's the same league next year and we're going there again, it's going to be 12 years, isn't it?
Yeah, 12 years. That is not great.
And then Patterson in his interview, he looked very angry. I thought he was very diplomatic on how he answered the question about the penalty and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we need to get points from these games. You know what I mean? We do need points. We've got one home game and the next on Saturday, the Oldham game. Then we're not at home for 3 Saturdays.
Yeah.
The next from like Saturday to the other one, 21 days before we're back at Meadow Lane. We've got 2 away games. We've got Swindon and Barnet. And I don't know. I just feel like every time we win at the minute, it's like everything's buzzing, everything's great. And then when we slip up, like today, you can say we dropped a point because we was never in front in that game.
No.
We should have been in front. We should have been out of sight in that game.
Yeah.
But with Jatta's chances and stuff, it was actually harder to miss than score, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So after that result, we slipped down to 11th. So we've gone down 4 places.
3. Yeah, 4 places.
Gone down a whole lot of 4 places. But then you look at other results. Oldham and Barnet, they got a draw. That 2 penalties in that game as well. How many times do you see that? The first goal of the equaliser from a penalty.
Was it 2-2 Oldham and Barnet?
1-1.
1-1. I think that was only 2 goals on.
So then you've got Aki and Walsall. Walsall beat them convincingly 3-1. And Bristol Rovers, Salford. Salford took the lead in that game. I do believe. Yep. Yeah. And then you've got Chesterfield 4-1 winners at Newport. Then you got Crawley, Barrow beating Crawley. You got Fleetwood beating Colchester. And Gillingham, we predicted this one.
Yeah, we did.
Harrogate had beat Gillingham. We didn't predict the next one. We didn't predict the next one. You know what I mean? 7-1.
I think we both said Cheltenham was going to win, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think.
But poor old Cheltenham, they had what? How many? So the scoreline's a bit inflated because they had two players sent off.
Yeah.
It's very tough up against any side to play like against 9 men. You know what I mean? To like get anything out of that game. So damage limitation, but 7-1. Then you got MK Dons back to winning ways, beating Shrewsbury 2-1. And Swindon Town beating Bromley 2-0. We just keep dropping these points when you need to picking them up. We're 7 points from like the top 2. You know what I mean? But then the other way round, we're only 10 points off bottom. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying we're going down. I'm not saying we're going up. But if you've got ambitions and wanting to go up, you've got to take points from your away games. Even if it's a point, it's a good point away from home. Win your home games, pick up at least a point away from home. But we just switch off too many times.
It's like we go from a good winning performance to a really. I know Crewe wasn't poor, but like to a losing performance. And I bet next week we're going to probably win. But I don't know.
You know, sometimes with like when you're in a game today, Jetta had his chance, Robinson, there was quite a few other chances as well. In my opinion, I think we tried too hard today.
Yeah.
And whatever we tried didn't quite rub off. I mean,
Yeah, no, I think.
if Dennis didn't come on, then he wouldn't have pulled that player's shirt.
Yeah.
And then more than one, because it was 1-1 before he came on. More than likely, we would have got a point out of that game. So that substitution didn't quite work out, did it? The way it was supposed to.
I think obviously, I know I was at the game. I was feeling the tension of after every single chance that we had. I had a strange feeling that Crewe was going to score late on, and obviously they did. So, it's just one of those feelings, and I think obviously going into Oldham next week, I think we need to worry. I think we need to obviously be better in those shooting opportunities because we do really well to get in those opportunities, but then score from that opportunity. Just I don't know what it is. We just forget how to shoot. So
you know what though? Some of the times we overplay it, and no one wants to take a shot. And other times we're not confident enough. Do you know what I mean?
I think Jody played well again tonight. I think he played well.
Yeah, Jody played well. I can't say really there was any poor performances really. If you take the penalty out of the way, right?
Yeah.
And Dennis's silly little pull of the shirt, he wanted to wear it. If you came away from Crewe today with a point, you would have said that's a good point.
It's a hard one because obviously, if we did have a good performance, I don't think it was for the whole 90 minutes. I don't think it was for the whole 90 minutes.
No, not for the whole 90 minutes, but we had spells where we was really, really good.
Yeah. And we also had spells where we kept passing that ball an extra too long instead of trying to get it forward. I think that's what we need to improve on. But I think if we would have got a point out of the game, like I said in my vlog, I think I said this, I would have been happy. Coming away from Crewe, I know Crewe is a tough place to go, especially as a Notts fan. To get a point from there is good. And obviously, when you're home games and get a point away, that's a team that gets promoted at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I think it would have been a good point if it would have stayed 1-1. But obviously, yeah, it didn't.
I mean, it all comes down to that pull of the shirt by Dennis, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And like you said, we didn't play well the old 90. We had spells where we played well. But it's that concentration thing, isn't it? We switch off in moments and the opposition pants. Good opposition pants.
Yeah.
Others are like
Yeah.
weaker sides will let you get away with it, but good, hungry opposition will put them balls in the back of the net. It's like Roos today. Some of his punching was questionable. He punched the ball he could have caught. But on the other hand, he made some cracking saves.
Yeah, he did. I think it was right towards the end. He saved it from going in from his near post near the end. I think. Maybe it's the 80th minute or something like that.
And earlier in that half, he saved one into his body, didn't he? And it didn't bounce out or spill or out.
Are you on about that free kick that they got? That Crewe got?
Yeah, that free kick one. Yeah.
Do you know what I realised when we've been playing Crewe? They like to play for set pieces and obviously free kicks and corners and because that's how they score goals. I don't think they can score goals from open play. They try to score goals from set pieces. I think that's what I've worked out.
See, I know the referee. He seemed to be more for Crewe, but Dennis gave him a decision to make by pulling the player's shirt. So I'm not going to criticise Paul Tierney so much, but please don't come and referee any more of our games because that's 4 games now you've refereed at the 7 games, right? Yeah. At 7 games, we've lost 4. He's refereed, won 2 and lost 2.
You're gonna have to email the FA.
No, I mean, please, Paul Tierney, stay away from like any Notts County game in future. Just don't. Or did he get mixed up because like he was the referee over the controversy over the Forest game not last season, the season before? Was it last season?
What was it when Liverpool was it?
It was one game anyway. It's to do with when Forest got that big fine.
Yeah.
He was a referee or something in there, or he was like VAR or whatever. But
do you know what
we're on the other side of the Trent, Mr. Tierney, so you should take that out on us.
Do you know what I didn't think he missed today? I think he missed his VAR. I think he missed it.
But would that have gone in Notts' favour? See, I think Tyrese Hall should have had a penalty when he was in the box and got pulled.
Definitely a penalty.
It's like sort of on the blind side of the referee there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the funniest thing is, we go back onto the Crewe's penalty. Granted, corner shirt.
It weren't Tyrese Hall, was it? It weren't Tyrese Hall, was it? It was Luca?
JJ Luca.
Yeah, Luca, yeah.
Like, going back to the Crewe penalty, I know there's a tug on the shirt, pull on the shirt, that is understandable. But how many times has Paul Tierney left Crewe's players to do it against us?
Yeah, but it don't always work out like that, does it, in football? You know what I mean?
No.
Because like you look at, say, Grimsby, the game today. When I looked earlier on in the game, I think it was Figure. But Cheltenham all had yellow cards, but Grimsby didn't have one. You can't tell me a game's so uneven that the other side don't do anything worthy of a yellow card. Do you know what I mean? But in my opinion, if one side's weighted so far down with like yellow cards and the other side, it's like a questionable, like sort of like, it's a bit fishy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and obviously we're gonna have to wait next year if we are still in the same league, obviously, to try break that record, don't we?
Now going back to thingy, so we've ranted about the Notts game. Who would you say is your team of the day out of all the results?
What, in League 2?
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't watched any of the games, so this is just going by the result. Obviously, I think the most probably people will probably pick a Grimsby, but even though you win 7-1, you can still have a bad performance in there, can't you? Really?
Yeah.
So I don't team performance.
Do you want me to do my one?
Yeah, you
first?
do yours.
Right. So
It might be the same.
my team of the week is Harrogate for not letting Gillingham make it 22 in a row, ending Gillingham's unbeaten run, and I think that's well deserving of like my team of the week in League Two.
I mean, I can't believe me and you got it right, to be honest. Score prediction.
I can't.
It's like when I saw Harrogate taking it in, he's like, oh, Gillingham was going to score 2, but no, but they kept on holding the game to a 1-0 win. So I think that's the only one that we got right, to be fair, isn't it? And we might have to look back.
I got Bristol Rovers.
What did they finish at?
2-1 to Bristol Rovers. A beat Salford.
Yeah, I think I said Salford was going to win 3-1. I'm not sure.
You know the other one I'm surprised of, and I'm glad because Tranmere 0-0 draw with Cambridge. It sort of like steadies their ship a bit because they've been losing quite a few games. Sort of steadies that off, gives them a point, something to build on. Right, before we go, is there anything you got to say?
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to agree with you. Team of the week, I think Harrogate, obviously. Gillingham going into the game, I think they was trying to do was it 22 unbeaten one?
Yeah, 22. 22 unbeaten. They would have been if they won today.
Obviously, yeah, I think I'm going to have to watch some of the highlights in League 2 this week and obviously decide. But I think going off the results, I think Harrogate, obviously going to Gillingham is a hot, I wouldn't say hard place, but it's a tough place to get some points off. So credit to Harrogate, and I think that's my team of the week. And also, hopefully, we can bounce back on Saturday against Oldham. Yeah.
And then on Thursday, we'll add a feature where we do each of us goal from the previous Saturday. Goal of the week. Player. We can do a player of the week as well. So you got to pick a player from like League 2 and a goal from League 2.
What time is it next week, Mark? Is it 7 p.m?
Oh, what? On the... Well,
Thursday.
I'm going to... Thursday, 6:15.
6:15.
Saturday, I don't know. Are we going to be later or we're doing it Sunday? Because fair's on, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Goose Fair's on, yeah. So probably best bet Sunday.
Right. Thanks for joining.
No problem.